Oh boy. No! Daylight! I want that daylight. Oh wow, look at the graffiti. Uh this place is huge. This is crazy. Look how big this place is. Are you like this is the biggest place we've ever been? It's all clean past the boarded up part. I hear street noises. We are locked in. We are locked in. That does nothing. Okay, where to start? Where do you guys think we should start? I'm thinking raw raw in the middle. Damn, the graffiti is real bad. Like, here's the thing. I love graffiti art. I really do. But time and place, man. Down here in the subway is not the place for it. People need to be able to read these signs. Buckingham. Pumpton. Dirgento. Dirter. Dirt. Detergento. Dirt. Detergento, like detergent. Power Falls. Basaltmore. The subway, not the bathroom. Yeah, I finished that bathroom several jobs ago. Going to the subway now, son. But yeah, I was saying before the stream started. Yesterday we were streaming Pokopia on Twitch, and I had several people tell me that they were having trouble watching it, and then I got to looking it up yesterday after the stream. Yeah, apparently, unless you're partnered on Twitch, you're not your viewers are not guaranteed the ability to change the quality of your stream, so they're just stuck watching it in 1080p. And depending on where they're watching from or what device they may be watching on, that's just not a viable option. You know, somebody might be watching while on the road or at work or in a subway of all places, and they're not going to have the best cell signal. So being able to change it down to like 480 or something is necessary. And from what I read, you can sometimes do it, even if your streamer's not partnered, but it's kind of it's to whether or not Twitch is busy, whether or not they have the server for it, or something like that. I'm going based off of like the little Google AI auto generation thing where you Google something and it auto generates an explanation. So take that with a grain of salt, but I decided let's switch over to YouTube and do a little streaming over here today, and that'll give people the option to test for me, see if you can change the stream's quality and setting and everything. So I'm going to be able to get up. Here we go. So I am leaving Sunday to go on a week-long trip. I'm a little nervous about it. I've never been away from home more than 2 or 3 days at a time, ever in my life. So this is going to be interesting. I'm going to take my laptop and equipment with me, so we might still stream stuff, but I'm kind of hoping to have enough material. Like I'm going to stream all day today and all day tomorrow, or at least work on stuff so that I have videos to go out while I'm gone. So it's not just a dead channel. I'm going to take all my streaming equipment with me, and Um, if the internet's great where I'm going, we'll probably stream while I'm there. But I will have downtime. It's a whole week. Like, what am I going to do at night, you know? It's clean. Damn. They really worked out a whole actual schedule for this, didn't they? And I've been thinking about this for a while. The whole Twitch YouTube thing. Like, YouTube's my home. Between YouTube and Instagram, those are my two main platforms. Anything else you find me on is going to be secondary or more. YouTube's my home platform. I should be streaming on YouTube and not Twitch, but Twitch has always been like the de facto go to platform for streaming, especially for gamers of all people. Like, you're a gamer, you stream on Twitch. It's just what you do. But here's the thing, I want to say I started Twitch streaming in 2019, if memory serves. I've not grown on there whatsoever. Like, nobody watches other than my friends, you know. It's just, for one, I think that short TikTok format has killed streamers like me. And number two, I don't have boobs. That doesn't help. And number three, I think it's an oversaturation issue. Um, no matter how old the game is that I'm streaming, there's going to be like 28 people streaming it in real time. Call me crazy, but sleep. You know what I mean? What am I going to do at night before bed when I, get settled in? But yeah, I don't think we're ever going to really grow on Twitch. I've been trying for years. It's not going anywhere. It feels like I'm just going through the motions every time I stream on there. And it's funny because back when I started, I think my Soul Silver playthrough a year or so ago, I said, you know what, let's try doing some YouTube streams. And then I kind of just went back to Twitch because it was comfortable and familiar. But I don't know. Maybe this will be a permanent switchover. I don't know. I have a lot to think about. I have a lot to consider, you know. But it couldn't hurt, damn it, you know. YouTube has a whole different audience than Twitch too. That's the thing. This message is hell for review. Why? Why is this message held for review? Did I not make you a mod on my channel? You're supposed to be a mod on my channel. Lewis is a mod on my channel. You're not a mod on my channel. Hey, can you make Thomas a mod, or is it something I gotta do? How do I approve the message? Uh, Add as moderator. We're not doing this message timeout bullshit. What is a managing moderator? How do I hang on? Hang on, I'll figure this out. Add as moderator. Can review and remove chat messages, give me what works change. Ah, okay, there we go. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna make you a Can manage blocked words, change chat modes and line also skip this. Okay. Okay. There you go. It's fit. The message you said, not gonna lie, I have 100% tuned into a streamer because she was hot. Apparently, YouTube thought that was too intense because, of course, it did. I tell you what, I don't mean to sound like them. I don't mean to sound like these right winger garbage people, but these fucking platforms are pussies. These goddamn platforms are a bunch of snowflakes, if I can borrow their lingo for a minute. You could say the most harmless, random, stupid shit, and YouTube just pearl clutches. Oh my God, I can't believe they said that. Banned, banned, banned. It's not advertiser friendly. Banned. Fuck off, YouTube, Twitch, all of you. I've about had enough. I've about had enough. You can't say jack shit anymore without somebody getting upsetty fucking spaghetti. YouTube is a prude. All these platforms are prudish. They want your shit to be rated G so Coca-Cola can put 1,000 fucking ads in front of your video. I don't give a flying fuck. It used to be that you could cuss as much as you wanted to on YouTube as well. I read them the other day. I read the most recent terms and conditions for YouTube. Excessive cursing now goes against their terms of service. Fuck, fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck, fuckity do, fuckity do, fucky, fuck, fuck, fuck it up, fuck, fuck, fuck it up, fuckity do. What you gonna do, YouTube? Balls in your court. Fuck, 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 doo doo, fucky, fuck, doo doo, fuckity, fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuckity, fuck. Monetizing YouTube was the worst possible thing that ever happened to YouTube. I'll be completely honest with you. They fucked up big time letting people monetize their YouTube channels. It's become the most cringy, annoying place in the world. Everybody self censors now. I fucking hate it. I hate it. People won't say stuff like gun or suicide or any, like, you can't talk about anything. You can't say shit on YouTube anymore. And of course, you guys know me. You know I'm obstinate as fuck. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do anyway. I'm gonna do what I want. I mean, there's a huge difference. There's a huge fucking difference between coming onto YouTube and like attacking somebody, whether it be in the comment section or in a live stream or like, yeah, you get on YouTube throwing slurs around or making threats or making terroristic threats. Yeah, obviously that stuff's bad. I don't advocate for that kind of nonsense at all. And I think YouTube should moderate that. I think YouTube should go after those people. If anything, report them to the fucking FBI. Most certainly do it. But it's like, you can't come on here and be goofy and cut up and just have fun without having to like self censor common fucking words. No, no, no. We're not doing that. We're not doing that over here on my channel. We are not fucking doing that bullshit. There. Fucky fuck 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 fuckity do. Well, these chairs are hard to get. No, I smell cigarette smoke. I think I got it. Boop, 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 boop. Heard that. But anyway, since we're on YouTube today, you guys should be able to change the quality of the stream and let me, just let me know if you're able to like fully see the stream today. And, hopefully we can avoid like jitteriness and avoid like it cutting out and stuff like that. That's why we're on YouTube today instead of Twitch. We're testing things out. I didn't even know that about Twitch. I thought Twitch worked like YouTube or every other platform, like just. I didn't know that Twitch was very particular about the quality settings. I didn't know that. And I asked Lewis yesterday if, how long this has been going on. He said that this was the first time he was experiencing it yesterday. I mean, everybody's going to experience lag or glitches. I'm not saying you're never going to get a lag or a glitch on anybody's stream. That's just the nature of the beast. But like, I'm worried now about how many people over the years have just not followed me on Twitch or not come back to watch more streams because they couldn't. You know what I mean? Because like, here's the thing. If you're going to watch pre-recorded content, you're not going to Twitch. You're going to YouTube. So people aren't going to come watch my VODs on Twitch. That's what YouTube is for. So now this whole thing has got me wondering, is this why my Twitch channel doesn't do quite so well? Because you're forced to watch me in 1080p or not watch at all? Like, has this been an issue for a while for everybody? Now, you know who doesn't have that problem? YouTube. I will say at the end of the day, it does kind of suck because something that these sovereign citizen and other assholes don't seem to understand is YouTube, like Walmart or any of these other companies, is a private business. At the end of the day, they can set their terms of service up any which way they want. And whether I agree with them or not, I'm bound to follow them. So like if I were to get an email from YouTube, later tonight or tomorrow or whatever saying, oh yeah, your little stunt where you did your little fuck you song, that goes against the terms of service. You're getting a strike. I'd have to eat that strike, and they would be well within their right to do so. I'd be pissed and I'd be, hate the fuck out of it, but they would still be within their right because they clearly put it in their terms of service. You can't do that. I'm going to do it anyway, but you're not supposed to. So like I know what this is. If I get banned on YouTube, I'll probably just be done. Because like I've never ran into I've never gotten a strike on YouTube and I've never been in trouble. Aside from a potty mouth, I'm a good boy. I don't fight with other streamers or YouTubers. I don't say controversial shit. I say stupid shit. Sometimes I might say something ignorant or misinformed. But like, I don't come on here with a bunch of hot political takes. I don't come on here being racist or any of the phobics. Like, I don't come on here homophobic or transphobic or anything like that. So I've been a good boy for the past 9 years on YouTube. So if I were to get, taken down tomorrow, it really would be a big shock to me. It would have to be one of the lesser rules that they don't really enforce, like the excessive cursing thing. Even the ads were janky. That's that's odd because I don't know if the ads autoplay in a certain quality or not. I don't know. That's another thing. The ads on Twitch are a bit too much. Too much. I'm not monetized on YouTube, so if you get a YouTube ad, that's because YouTube is running it, not Eric, not little old me. Ain't that some shit though? YouTube can make money off my content. Ain't that a bitch? I'm a contractor that doesn't get paid. Everybody else's ads were fine. It was only mine that were janky. There's no telling. It could have honestly just been a bad connection. It could have been on my end, could have been on your end, could have been on Twitch. There's no fucking telling. But I do know that we don't want any janky, we don't want any janky jitteriness when we're trying to play Pokopia. So when we play Pokopia, we're going to be doing it on YouTube. That way, if the stream is being weird, you can change the bit rate or whatever it's called. You can change the quality. That's the word I'm looking for. Oh my God, there's so much ground. Ping. No way. Did I finish this whole area? I did. I guess it's sectioned off into little squares, I guess. I wonder how comfortable these benches are. They don't look like they'd be too comfortable. They look plastic and unpleasant to sit on. You know what I could do? Oh, wow, I've done more of the floor than I realized. Okay. Huh. Well, damn. 30 minutes. I've gotten that much work done. Wow. Nice. I'm good. Yeah, like I said earlier, I am going to take my laptop and equipment with me when we go next week. I don't know how strong the internet will be where we're going. Um, so I don't know what I'll be able to stream or not stream. Um, I could, in theory, just make pre recorded content and upload it. But it's my goal to make a few videos before we go to put out next week. I don't really know what all we're going to do down there. Touristy stuff, I guess. I haven't been down there in the particular place we're going since I was younger, since like a kid. I mean, 2 years ago, Tyler and I went down to Florida, but we're not going to Florida. I'll be honest with you, right now, I don't want to fucking go to Florida. Florida can suck my dick. I do not want to go to Florida. I am not the least bit interested in their shitty ass piece of shit state right now. They can go to hell. You die. You go to hell and you die, Florida. That was probably the funniest thing Mr. Garrison ever said. Of course, it'd be taken out of context. YouTube. Hmm. Oh yeah, I'll definitely be recording a ton of stuff down there. I'll definitely be making a vlog. What's funny is I'm sitting on a ton of vlog footage right now. I need to make a vlog out of the current footage I have, and not I'm gonna have to do that either today or tomorrow. Um, I'm gonna be very busy today and tomorrow. Let me tell you, I just got through recording the last chapter of the Metroid manga. So once I record that and upload that, that series will be done. But I need to get all the footage off my phone and make a vlog out of all the footage I have. Then we're doing Power Wash. Then I'm going to want to stream some Pokemon later this evening. There's Pokopia, then there's Pokemon Silver, then there's Pokemon Fire Red. I, Lord. Pokemon is fucking taking over my goddamn life. It's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. It honestly is. I'm still working on Majora's Mask, but that playthrough's on hold until I come back from this trip. When I come back, we're going to go ahead and just finish it all in one go. Because I've been thinking about that. I've started 18 games all at once. So my plan when I come back next week is I'm not going to be playing any other video games on my channel whatsoever except for Majora's Mask until it's done. The way I used to do things back in the day. The only notable exception to that rule would be if something happens and I just have the worst mental health day humanly possible and I just can't, for whatever reason, sit down and focus 110% on Metro on Zelda, then I might play something like Power Wash or Pokemon as, you know, just so that I'm streaming that day. But I'm not doing anything too heavy. But Majora's Mask is a whole fucking production. I have to have the laptop open with a walkthrough in front of me. I have to make sure that this headset's charged, the N64 Switch controller's charged, phone is charged, so I can look at chat. Then I have to go through the temples, which can be frustrating because I haven't played them in years. Have you ever thought about setting aside a week to play Ironmon? You mean Pokemon? Or I don't I don't know what you mean. The fences and stuff like this are kind of difficult because you have to hit them from every angle, you know. I'll show you what I mean. Like, look at that. Look at that. Well, yeah, I've been thinking about the whole Twitch thing for a long time. This isn't the first time that I've critically thought about Twitch, you know, and switching over full time to YouTube. Twitch is just not, it's not working out for me because I've been streaming on there now for years and nobody fucking watches other than you guys. So it's like, why am I even bothering? You know what I mean? Just YouTube, I might bring in a new audience, you know. I don't know. But I think for a little while I might just try and make YouTube work. King. Goddamn. Like, what's the point of this graffiti? I've seen this kind of graffiti in real life. You can't read. You can't enjoy the artwork. Like, what's the point of layering it like that? That makes no sense to me. You're going to go through the trouble, like, make it enjoyable, you know? Lord. Jeff Jefferson. $1984. Hold up. Oh, hold on a minute. Little advertisement sponsored by the Jeff Jefferson 1984 election campaign. Jeff Jefferson would like to make it clear that he is talking metaphorically about cleaning up the city and that it has no intention of getting on his getting on his expensively tailored knees and scrubbing the city or any kind of manual labor for that matter. Labor. Eric, why are you illiterate? 10, 11, 12. So Jeff Jefferson the 12th. Huh. 1984. Is this game set in the past? I was born in 1984. Iron Man in particular, it's a challenge. Oh, I am unfamiliar. You'll have to explain. I know that there are a bajillion Pokemon mods. There's that Mario one that you told me about that I really want to do for the Patreon stuff. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Um, and I know Tyler is going to not like the sound of this, but we're going to be taking a break from Minecraft and Patreon. We're going to be focusing on finishing up Pokemon Black 2 over there. Then I'm going to start work on that mod that you showed me, the Pokemon Mario mod. I want to play that next on the Patreon side. Can we talk about the Patreon for a minute? At the moment, it's literally just you two. It's literally just you and Lewis in there. I gotta push the Patreon more. It's just I've always felt like an asshole when I push anything remotely monetized because it makes me feel like I'm e-begging, and there's nothing more cringe in this world than e-begging. I hate it. It's why I don't watch Twitch. Like I stream on Twitch, but here's the thing: I never, ever, ever, ever watch anybody on Twitch. I find it extremely cringe. Just the constant, nonstop exchange of money and bits. Even on YouTube, streaming on YouTube has gotten kind of hard to watch because every 2 seconds, thanks user whatever for the super chat, thanks for the super sticker. Fucking stop. But yeah, I don't really ever push the Patreon because I feel like a fucking asshole. But since we decided to take the Patreon full charity and I keep 0% of the Patreon money now, I could probably push the Patreon a little more without feeling like an asshole. I need to do that. I'll probably do that. I'll get on Instagram and Threads and Facebook later, and I'll try to push that shit. Try to push it. See if we can't get people to donate to Patreon. But yeah, at this point, it's literally just you two in there. So I feel like if you don't think anybody's watching my regular streams, there's nobody watching the Patreon streams. And I can't make it any lower. Like it's literally $3 a month for the Patreon. If I make it any lower, Patreon, a little message pops up that says, "Are you sure?" Because you're gonna get like 20 cents by the time we process this. So, because back in the day, I wanted to make the Patreon just $1, but you can't really do that because Patreon takes a cut, and then I think I'm not sure what the percentage of the cut is on Patreon, but I know that out of my $3, I get like 240 something maybe. I have to double check. They take a huge cut. Patreon does. Um, Take your share. Well, that's what the Twitch was for. That's what my Twitch being monetized was for, so that I could actually make some money off of it. But I don't push the subscription thing on Twitch. I don't ask you guys to subscribe, so I don't make any money on Twitch. Twitch only pays out if you reach the $50 threshold. I get paid out on Twitch every 2 years, and it's $50. Tyler gives me his Prime membership every month, and it takes about 2 years for that to equal up to $50 because I get pennies on the dollar for the ads. Because the way that the monetization works is the more people that watch an ad, the more money you make. So if 0 to 1 persons watches the ad, I'll make literally 1/10 of a penny or less. So it's literally not worth it at all unless you're streaming to thousands of people at a time. Streaming to 1 or 2 people, you might as well not even bother. So I've never bothered. I think I've been, in all the years that I've been on Twitch, I think I've been paid out 3 times. I think I've made about $150 my entire time of being on Twitch. On YouTube, I've made 0. I've been on YouTube for 9 years, and I've made $0, 0 cents on YouTube. Now I couldn't tell you how much money I made on Patreon because again I used to keep the Patreon money, and there's been a handful of people who've come and gone in the Patreon. But now I know. Now I make $0 on Patreon. So now I'm not. For all intents and purposes, I'm not monetized on anything. I don't make any money doing this whatsoever. The thing is, I could be monetized on YouTube. I'm a hair away from being monetized on YouTube, but the watch hours are too low. Like you need 1,000 subscribers to be in order to monetize your YouTube, but it's 1,000 subscribers plus X amount of watch time. I can't do that, but I think it's 500 subscribers at X amount of watch time to enable memberships. So I'm close to enabling memberships on YouTube, but I have the subscribers for it. I just don't have the watch time. Like nobody's watching enough of my videos. You know what I mean? Which I get it. I get it. I'm not on here doing like jump cuts every 2 seconds. My content is extremely long format content, and everybody has such severe brain rot and their patience has been dropped down to 0. Nobody's going to sit and watch a full ass video anymore. I am barking up the wrong tree for that. I'm not going to stop doing things my way, but I also have to accept what comes with that. That is very, very low watch times on my videos. Do you remember when we were kids, they talked about how television would rot your brain and video games would rot your brain and they were bad for you and yada, yada, yada? It's funny because entire studies have been done now that shows that video games not only enhance your hand-eye coordination, but they can help stave off dementia later in life on top of keeping your brain healthy and active because of all the quick split-haired decision-making that's necessary in a lot of video games. Puzzles and things like that keep your brain healthy. So actually, all of that pearl clutching that was done in the 80s and 90s has been proved to be demonstrably untrue. The opposite is actually true. Video games, ironically, can be very healthy for the brain. You know what's not very healthy for the brain? TikTok, brain rot. Which on the surface level makes me sound, like an old man. Because every generation bitches about the generation that comes after them. That's just how life works with human beings. And we got shit on a lot when we were kids, Why don't you go outside and play? It's such a beautiful day. Why you gotta sit inside and play video games? It don't make no sense. When I was a kid, we didn't have electricity. We rode in horse and buggy, and we went outside and played with sticks and a rock. And now here we are, 40, 50 years later, like sitting here playing our video games, whining about attention spans of Gen Z. It's true, though. TikTok is bad. It's real bad for you. Short form content. And it's funny because I watched a YouTube video not too long ago that was explained, like a university did a study. Short term or short form content is actually detrimental to the human brain. It's not healthy for you. There's also this argument that's been made, and I don't know how much legitimacy there is to this claim, but each generation seems to be getting dumber. They claim the first thing they cited was calculators. So our grandparents didn't have calculators. All their equations had to be done, in their head or on paper. Then by the time our parents came along, they had calculators. And then by the time we came along, we had cell phones. And by the time Gen Z came along, they just quit learning math altogether, practically. I don't know what the fuck they're teaching kids nowadays, but goddamn, they're dumb. But that is something I do worry about a little bit. I'm on board with that theory that each generation is dumber than the last. Progressively better in society, but slightly dumber. Again, I'm not a scientist. I couldn't tell you how true it is, but it seems true. You know what I mean? But there's one thing that I hate, and I think this may have originated on YouTube, is challenges. This challenge, that challenge, I think that's the cringiest content. And it moved away from YouTube into Vine, and from Vine over to Instagram, and Instagram over to TikTok. I hate that content so fucking much. Pranks, all right, pranks and challenges, I think, are the lowest tiered content you can make on the internet, and I find them to be super cringe, super cringe. Hate that content about as much as I hate the dude bro YouTubers, douche tubers like Logan Paul and his brother. Like, to me, they're scummy trash. That's not good content. That's not good for your brain. That's not good for your brain at all to be watching that kind of shit on YouTube. These YouTube, and I'm pretty sure we've all seen the YouTubers who like glorify like capitalism and money. You know those kinds of guys who the Andrew Tate garbage human being guys, like, you gotta man up, you gotta hit the gym every day. If you're not driving a Lamborghini or a Bugatti, then you're human scum trash. You need 18 watches, 29 iPhones, you need a McMansion, and this. That's really not healthy for you. You should not be watching that kind of content. And what sucks is that content has been so prevalent for so long, especially on Facebook and YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, young, impressionable youth will watch that content and not know any better, and they'll adopt that personality and go out and be a scumbag. It's unfortunate, but it's the world we live in. NPCs who do live streams have lost all the humanity. Yeah, that's also been kind of a problem. Like, I think Japan might be the country that has suffered the most from that. Like, American tourists will go to Japan. They'll walk around with their cell phones and on their selfie sticks. They'll stop and duck face pose to take a picture in front of every shop, every memorial, every statue, everything. And then they go around with their selfie stick recording everything, just disrupting daily life for the locals altogether, doing cringe shit, doing pranks, and it's bad. It's real bad. That's what makes people like me look bad. Like I'm low key sometimes ashamed to tell people what I do. If I meet a new person, like, oh yeah, what you do? What's your hobbies? I do YouTube. Because that comes with a certain it comes with certain connotations and levels of expectations of douchery, you know what I mean? When you tell people you do YouTube, the first thing that comes to their mind is, I bet you sit and play Call of Duty or Fortnite and scream at the screen, don't you? No, no, I don't. I'm just sitting over here uh power washing the subway. um the same for vlogs. I do vlogs, but they're done in the least intrusive way humanly possible. I don't walk around out disrupting everyday life and society for people. You know what I mean? I don't film in public places. I don't put strangers' faces on camera. I don't go out and record kids. I don't do any of that shit in my blogs. I'm extremely responsible and respectable. You know, come to think of it, this is probably why I have no subscribers, because I'm not an asshole. People like watching train wrecks. People like watching annoying douchebags. Ooh, doing this track's gonna be fun on a bun. We have to get up under the rail. That's gonna be a whole thing. That's like years and years ago. After I'd been on YouTube for like a year, maybe two, not only did I have people in my own personal life tell me, I had strangers leaving comments saying, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? You would get a lot of viewers. You would get, and I'm just like, no, you want me to be a douchebag asshole on the internet just for views and money? No, no, oh, no. I would rather have no viewers ever than become those people. I mean, hell, there are already a million billion people who think what I do is cringe as is. You want me to add to that cringe? No, I'm good. I'm good. Not even cringe, it's just sad to see them. Yeah, I agree to an extent. Like, life is meant to be lived and enjoyed. And if you're constantly with a phone in your hand, taking pictures, recording everywhere you go and everything you do, then it's kind of like, hey, man, put the phone down and just be in the moment. That I agree with, which again is why my vlogs look the way they look. They're very generic in the sense that they're not more intrusive into the public's privacy. You know what I mean? I don't really do that kind of, although I've been watching a lot of vlogs lately on YouTube, and I'm starting to see what works and what doesn't. I'm starting to see what's popular and what people like. And again, it's a way of doing things that I don't like and probably won't emulate or imitate, but I don't know. I might need to change the way I do vlogs a little bit to kind of get people watching. Because here's the funny thing. If you think people not watching my content is bad, nobody watches the vlogs. Nobody. I mean, you watch them, yeah. Like you watch them, maybe Thomas, maybe Tyler sometimes, but like the vlogs get less views than any of the gameplay content. People just don't give a fuck about my vlogs. Although, to be fair, I think a lot of that might be the fact that they're buried on my channel under like a mountain of gaming content. Um, which is why over the years I've tried multiple times to do specifically like a vlog channel, put all the vlogs on their own channel by themselves, and then they still don't get any attention whatsoever. So I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't with the vlogs. But since I've been thinking about this so much and it's on the forefront of my brain, when I go down on that trip this week, I am going to make a huge noticeable difference in the way that I record and the way that I do the vlog. It's going to look vastly different than other vlogs. I can promise you that. I think I'm going to try some different editing styles too. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm definitely going to record way more content than I usually record, because even though we're taking a trip and you might say it's a vacation, what do I do that needs a vacation? For one. Number two, it's not really a vacation for me. It's just a trip to get out of the house a little bit. It doesn't mean I'm going to stop working on stuff. So I personally don't consider this trip to be a vacation. I think it's just a trip. I'm still going to take my laptop and all my equipment with me. I'm not taking my computer and shit. You know what I mean. I'm taking some equipment with me where I can still work on stuff. So I highly intend to keep right on working even though I'm not at home. But I think I'm going to walk around with my phone recording a lot more. Again, I'm not going to do the douchebag thing and walk around in people's faces, but I think I am going to try to capture more moments. I mean, I am technically a tourist. I'm going to be traveling like 4 or 5 hours away from home. So wee ping ping. I still can't believe how much in just an hour, how much of this subway we have cleaned. I want to raise. I was watching this vlog. I follow a Japanese guy, and I'm able to do so because he puts English text on the bottom of the screen that lets me know what's going on. And he'll title his vlogs like the everyday life of a salary worker in Japan or whatever. And it's just like a guy in his 20s that works a full-time job. And he gets up every day, he goes to work in a suit and tie, and he comes home dead. So I've been looking at his vlogs kind of just as a learning opportunity, culture shock. And then he puts out that blog, and I'm like, oh, well, that's the way it is everywhere. That's just every country. But it's still fun to watch his vlogs because sometimes he'll make food or something that I've not seen before. So it's very interesting. But the vlog I watched last night, he came home, made dinner, got a shower, got down for a minute, and then he pulled out his laptop and said he needed to finish some work. And that's when it struck me. And that's not just a Japanese thing. Everybody does that in every country, everywhere. They bring their work home with them, and they'll keep right on working like kids do with homework. They come home from school and they have homework. No, we all need to put our foot down and say no with that. You might say, well, Eric, you're 41 years old. Why do you care about homework? Homework should not exist. It just shouldn't. If your argument for homework is, well, they want the students to take the work home, maybe go over with their parents. Nobody's fucking doing that. The world doesn't work that way. You're living in a goddamn sitcom or cartoon. Parents aren't sitting down to go over their kids' schoolwork. That's your fucking job as the teacher. No, fuck off. Also, If I'm not at work or at the office, I'm not opening my laptop and doing jack fucking shit. We have a tendency to overwork in our society, in our global society today. People will get up, go to work, work all day, fucking come home, keep working right on their laptop, and it makes them sick. They get stomach ulcers, they have high stress, they die early. No, everybody globally needs to put their foot down with these companies. These companies make they make so much profit off of your sweat and tears and labor. You're not adequately being paid for your work and effort. Nobody is. Nobody on this planet is being paid adequately. You're either being paid too much or not enough. No, if I'm not at the office, I'm not doing any work. I'm sorry. It is what it is. That's like these companies who want to do like company picnics or stuff. Am I going to get paid to come to this picnic? No, I'll see you Monday. You're not going to steal my personal time. I go to work and I come into your business and I'm on the clock. I will do my job and I will do it adequately. I will do as good a job as you pay me. I'm that kind of asshole. You pay me like trash, you're going to get trash effort. Minimum pay, minimum effort. That's my policy. You pay me fairly and treat me good, I'm going to bust my ass for your company. I'll do my best. But yeah, I don't work off the clock. I ran into that problem. That's a big issue. Like, okay, I think one of the worst offenders with that is probably Walmart. You have to be careful about places like Walmart. When you fill out your paperwork and apply for a job at Walmart, one of the very first things they do is tell you you're not allowed to unionize. Don't ever sign any paperwork ever under any circumstance that says I agree not to unionize. Never, ever, ever, ever under any circumstance sign that kind of paperwork. Just don't do it. But yeah, like if I worked at a Walmart or something, and they're like, "Well, we have this activity coming up. It's like I don't know, a bonding exercise or some sort of community training or whatever the fuck they come up with." Like, well, this is going to be like a coworker experience retreat thing. You're going to go for a weekend and you're going to learn how to work better with as a team. And I'm just like, oh, am I getting paid? No, it's mandatory, but we're not paying you. I quit. Or more realistically, I'll see you Monday. And if you fire me, I'll see you in court. Companies steal too much time. That's theft. It's theft. And they will get away with it because they have multi-billion-dollar lawyers that we can't fucking afford. But no. There's one thing I can impart to people. It's don't let anybody steal your time. It's valuable. It's the most valuable thing you will ever have in your entire life. Don't let anybody steal it. Don't let anybody have access to it that doesn't deserve it either. That's a whole other conversation for another day, let me tell you. All right, these tracks are really fucking me up, so I think I'm going to save the tracks for last because I'll probably just run down through here like this to get the tracks done. I'll probably have to do the tracks in like peeled layers. Yeah, I think that might be the best way to handle the tracks. Yeah. Okay, yeah. That'll be how we do the tracks. Wow. Okay. So we'll just focus on the walls. Alrighty, an hour in, and this is what we've gotten done. It kind of looks less. Looks like less than what I thought it was going to be. This game really is kind of a fun, neat experiment in where our brain goes and what our brain does when we're working on, like, what do they call them? Remedial tasks. Just interesting. All right. Well, like I said, I need to work for the next for today and tomorrow because we're leaving Sunday. I need to work on as many streams as I can and play as many games as I can today and tomorrow. So I think we'll wrap things up for here, or wrap things up here for today with Power Wash Simulator. Um, and when we come back in next time, we will resume work on the subway. Because, like, even though here's the thing, even though I'm taking the laptop with me, all of my saves will be on the PC. I mean, cloud saves with Steam, yeah, but I don't know if I can stream. I don't know if I could run this on the laptop. I don't know what all games the laptop can run. It's best just to play simple stuff and emulate simple stuff on the laptop while I'm gone. So we probably, I don't know if we'll revisit this later tonight or tomorrow, but most likely the next time that we revisit Power Wash in the next episode, I probably will have gone and come back from the trip. But yeah, this is a pretty big place. And like I said, I think what I want to do is just run straight down in lines with the tracks, because if I try to do it zigzag, we'll be here 1,000 years. But this has been a big, huge development in the plot. Have these posters just been here for 40 years, or is this game set 40 years in the past? Has anybody mentioned anything about a cell phone in this game? I think they have. I think they've mentioned cell phones in this game. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at past episodes to know whether or not. Hmm. Hey, we did that car. City Stadium Calendar Tour, 18th of July, 1984. Huh. I think this game might be set in 1984. That means the protagonist could be me father. Hmm. All right. Well, you carry your whole house in your backpack. No, I am carrying. I'll have to take a bag with all my clothes, and then I'll take a book bag with all my electronics. So I will have to. Usually, when I try to take these trips, I usually try to take one bag, but this time I'm going to end up having to take multiple bags. It's just going to be a bag heavy trip this time. But all right, that does it for this stream. I'm going to take a short break, walk around the house, maybe do a chore or two, and then we're going to come back with some Pokemon. See you, folks.